My name's Bergen Resnick. I'm just your normal 20-year-old kid. However, there's one thing about me. I executed those dreams and found a way to make a fuck ton of money. The biggest question I get is how? Well, I'm here to show you. Essentially what I do is I run a digital marketing agency where we run advertisements for businesses, more specifically businesses in the clothing niche. And then even more specific than that, majority of our clients are like streetwear niche. So we basically take all of their content, all of their products, everything they're doing with their brand, and run paid advertisements on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that to get their brand pushed in front of more customers and overall just drive their growth. And then obviously I've got a whole team built out for this agency now. Originally years ago, it started as me starting my own clothing brand, learning the marketing side from that, doing it as a freelancer, so just running ads for clients. I was my own business. I had no employees or anything and was just doing it all myself, and now it's expanded into building up this whole agency. For each client, we have a public channel, what we call a public channel, as well as an internal channel. So the internal channel is only with employees, and then the public channel is with the actual client. That way the employees can communicate in the internal channel about what specifically needs to be done for that client, and then they can communicate publicly with that client. Throwing back to signing my first client, he said, I also know you sign people you knew, which actually my first ever client was someone that I literally outreached. It was a jewelry brand, and obviously at the time I didn't have any sort of results to speak for myself besides the results that I was getting for my own brand. And my first client was actually a jewelry brand that has done multiple millions of dollars in revenue. So I really don't know, looking back on it, how I managed to sign this client with no results or anything. But for whatever reason, I outreached him and he trusted me, and I signed him on a $500 a month retainer. And that was my first ever time running ads for any sort of client, for any sort of anyone besides my own brand. And it went really well, and still to this day we work with that client. If you're watching this, shout out to you, you know who you are. But aside from that, my next couple of clients were people that I just kind of knew in the space because I ran my own brand and I was in like some brand owner group chats and stuff on Instagram. So my first couple of clients came actually from that group chat. Shout out to you guys if you're watching this, you also know who you are. But I essentially just kind of outreached them from that group chat and was close enough with them already. I'm like, hey, here's one of my clients I have, this jewelry brand. Here's the results I'm getting with my own brand. Like, let me come into your brand and run ads for your brand and get the same results for you. And I did exactly that. And then from there, started kind of posting on social media, on TikTok and stuff about the results that I was getting for clothing brand owners. And it started to get a little bit of traction. And then from there, I kind of just started getting inbound leads. And ever since, haven't had to do a whole lot of outreach. Obviously, throughout this whole process, we've been doing outreach to like high level brands to sign those like big whale clients. Majority of everything the agency's been built off of and the clientele that we have came inbound or referral. And so we built out a referral system for our agency too, where our current clients get incentivized to refer their friends and their other business owner friends that they know, because we give them like a kickback or bonus or money off their invoice if they refer brands to us. All right, boys. So someone else on Twitter, on my Twitter replies, asked for a little bit of sauce about outreach, just kind of general sauce about outreach. And I figured it would be the perfect opportunity to do it, because yesterday I titled it the Outreach Bible. It's essentially 21 pages worth of just a document, and I would show you guys, but it's for the Elite Roundtable. So I don't want to like leak the whole thing, but I'm going to kind of summarize it for you guys and kind of the key points and key takeaways from this Outreach Bible that I wrote. I'm going to summarize 21 pages down into like a minute or two here. So first things first, number one is building trust between you and a prospect. Obviously, it's very important to just have a prospect be able to trust you. That's pretty self-explanatory. Number two is identifying the right pain points. Obviously, identify pain points in a prospect and then kind of dig and use those pain points as leverage for you to be able to solve that like problem or pain point for them with your services. Next one, overcoming the do it in-house mentality. A lot of e-commerce brands, a lot of clothing brands, a lot of service-based businesses, whatever, just would rather hire people to do it in-house or just do it themselves. So it's important to be able to figure out how to come over how to overcome that do it in-house mentality. Next one, we have standing out in a crowded market. Obviously, depending on the niche of brand scaling that you're in or the niche that you're running ads in, standing out in a crowded market is very important because there's obviously going to be other agencies, other freelancers, other whatever outreaching that prospect. So it's important to be different and stand out from the other people that are crowding their DMs. Next, we have budget constraints. Obviously, a lot of prospects maybe have certain budgets they want to work with. Maybe your budget in mind that they should have doesn't align with what they actually do have. So overcoming kind of budget constraints and being able to work with a prospect to be able to fit their budget is very important. Next, we have them lacking understanding of digital marketing, therefore bringing up an objection that they lack the understanding of digital marketing and don't really know what's going on. So it's important to kind of be able to lightly educate them, break it down very simple, maybe give them some free resources to go over that they can use to kind of educate themselves, just to make them more comfortable in closing a deal and actually working with you to run their ads or whatever, I guess, sort of industry you're in that involves client acquisition. But next, we have setting realistic expectations. Obviously, be very transparent with the prospect. Don't promise them things that aren't actually going to be done. Set realistic expectations so that prospect that then turns into a client once you sign them isn't disappointed with the service delivery and the overall results that you get them. And then last, timing. Maybe you're outreaching a prospect when they don't have inventory or they don't even have a dropout or anything. So follow-ups then are very important, and having a solid follow-up sequence is very important with a prospect specifically. Go sign some fucking clients now. Like, if you really want to make it, this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's running a real business, and you have to do the things that are necessary in order for a real business to succeed. And first, that starts with overcoming the limiting belief that you cannot do it. You have to understand that you are fully capable. Like, everyone in this world is successful. You are no different than Elon Musk. Elon Musk just obviously, he's very fucking smart, but he just started sooner and he grinds his ass off. But look at someone like me or any of my friends. Like, they aren't the smartest people. They haven't done anything crazy. They didn't know anything crazy that you didn't. There's nothing that set them ahead of you. They literally just started sooner. I started sooner, and we put the work in to get to where we are today. So if you have a dream, go chase it, trust God, and He will help you achieve the greatness inside of your life.